and allow yourself to fully arrive right here into this moment. Your body is here, it arrived some time ago. But allow your awareness your focus your attention allow all of that to come right here. We miss so much of our lives because the body is there, but the awareness is not. Draw the awareness right here. Right now. To this breath. If the mind wanders, don't worry. Just gently bring it back. Spirituality is all about working with the mind. The mind is the medium through which we experience the truth of who we are. It isn't us, but it's the medium through which we understand. So if it wanders, just bring it back. There will always be distractions in life. The key is how you can stay grounded, anchored, present in awareness, whatever the outer situation is. Allow the awareness to keep going inward. Inward and inward. Into that spacious presence that is you. Allow yourself to just merge into that spacious presence. That ever-expanding, infinite presence. gently rub your palms together. Press those palms of your hands lightly into your closed eyes. Slowly and gently lower the hands and open your eyes. It's such a beautiful blessing to be back here in Louisville with you all back at the beautiful temple. To be here in Pujya Swamiji's holy and divine presence as we celebrate Guru Purnima. It's amazing, this is the first time in, probably 20 years that we've done a program here at the temple, not in the main temple hall. And yet, as I was just saying to the respected priests as we were coming out from the temporary room there, 1/10 of the space, but 100% of the Shakti. You feel it. Even though we're in here, a different hall, and the mandir's been shifted temporarily, but that Shakti is here. That divine energy is here. So it's so beautiful to be back with you all. As we've been celebrating Guru Purnima now for the last 10-ish days, a few days in advance, and then the last week. In England, a few places there, and then here, and with our online communities. There's so many questions. It's like, I'm not sure if there's another holiday that brings up quite so many questions. We celebrate Diwali, and maybe it's just 1 or 2 questions about light or sweets or, but almost nothing. Everybody just celebrates. We celebrate Krishna Janmashtami, we celebrate Mahashivratri, and maybe there will be a question or 2 about Bhagwan Krishna and his life or about Shankar Bhagwan. But Guru Purnima, it's like, there's just nothing but questions. What even is a guru? What does it even mean? Is it a teacher? These days people say, oh, my music guru, or my art guru, or my math guru. What even is a guru? Why do I need a guru? If I'm divine, I'm one with God, why do I even need a guru? And okay, if I'm finally convinced that I need one, how do I get one? How do you know who the right one is? How do you know? And when is the right time? We're full of all of these questions. So I thought tonight we would literally move through the what and the why and the how and the when, and really get ourselves anchored in this, because on a personal level in my life and in the lives of so many that I've seen, not even counting all of those in the scriptures and the history, I just mean those I've actually encountered in my life at Paramartha in travels around the world. If I had to say the single greatest contributor amongst all of the people who have really experienced deep and powerful healing on any level, who have experienced really deep transformation in their lives, the Guru would be absolutely the number one common denominator, you could say, amongst all of those people. Some meditate, some don't even meditate. Some are Hindu, some aren't even Hindu. People live all over the world, different practices. But if I had to look at all of those who have really been blessed with that beautiful awakening, expansion, ability to access peace and joy and meaning, the common thread that runs through them is the presence of a powerful Guru. The presence of a powerful master, a spiritual master, to whom they have surrendered and who has blessed them and guided them. Such that we can eliminate most of the questions. I thought let's just move through these core what and why and how and whens. So in the what, we know that quite literally in the Sanskrit word, the Guru means the one who removes the darkness and who brings the light. It's important to remind us, especially for those here, those joining us online who are not really familiar with the Hindu tradition, we don't believe in darkness at the core of ourselves. We don't believe you are somehow dark or wrong or bad and you need to be saved. We believe at the core of who you are, there is nothing but light. Divinity. You are the divine, one with the divine. But that darkness is ignorance. We forget. We can't see. And so the Guru is the one who removes that darkness of ignorance and brings us to light of wisdom. You know, we pray, Asatoma Sadgamaya, Tamsoma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritam Kamaya. Pray that. Oh God, lead us from the falsehood of separation to the truth of oneness. Lead us from the darkness of ignorance in which we suffer and bring suffering to the world. Lead us from that false identification as this physical body to the real awareness of who I am. We pray that. But there isn't really a how in there. It's just, oh God, please. The Guru is the how. The Guru is the one through whom that prayer is answered. Oh, you want light? Okay. Oh, you want truth and wisdom? Okay. Oh, you want to be guided from the false identification to the real truth? The Guru is the how. But the Guru doesn't just show us or teach us. And this, for me, is really the core difference between a Guru and a teacher. A teacher teaches us things, facts, figures, information. But a Guru gives us the experience. If you sat in, this is my favorite way of thinking about it, if you sat in a brilliant expert lecture hall by the world's most famous, brilliant oceanographer, that teacher could tell you everything there is to know about life under the ocean. Everything. Could show you videos of scuba divers and how far they go, and even beneath that. But at the end of the lecture, having learned everything, your clothes would still be dry. If the Guru was teaching you about oceanography, in addition to learning everything, by the time you walked out, your clothes would be dripping wet. You would have actually had the experience of being in the ocean. So the Guru is not just the one telling us, oh, you're divine, you are one with God, you are the soul, you are the spirit, you are consciousness. The Guru is the one who actually gives us the experience. It's why we flock, it's why we want to be near the Guru, because we actually feel different in the Guru's presence. The Guru is like a mirror. Through whose eyes we see ourselves. You know, we talk about darshan, having darshan of the Guru. And it's very interesting because typically when we talk about that, we think just, oh, it means I'm going to have this divine vision. I'm going to go see Pujya Swamiji, I'm going to have his darshan, meaning I will see this divine in my Guru when I see him. But it actually goes deeper than that. Through the power of darshan, we get to see through the Guru's eyes. It's divine sight. So when you go for darshan of the Guru, it's not just that we see the divinity in the Guru. It's that we are able to see ourselves through the eyes of the Guru. Meaning that we're able to see the truth of who we are. Like we're literally looking in a mirror that shows us not the color of our skin, not the shape of our body, not what we're wearing, but actually the core of who we are. There was a young boy who, his family was very pious and always going to the Guru and praying to the Guru. And the boy was, like kids are, now what's the point, and why is this, and my parents are wasting time, and why do we need a Guru? And one day his father hands him 2 rocks and says, take these rocks and go sell these rocks in the marketplace. But don't come home until you get at least 2 gold coins for these rocks. So the boy thinks, who in the world is going to give me gold for rocks? But his father says, you go to the marketplace and you do not come home until you get somebody to give you gold in exchange for these rocks. So the boy goes from seller to seller. Everybody laughs at it. Gold for rocks? Why would we do that? Finally, he comes to one seller who looks at them and says, 2 gold coins? I'd give you everything I have for these. I'd give you everything I give you. These are diamonds. And so when the boy goes home carrying all of the money that the stone cutter had given him, the father says, see, you saw stones, everybody else saw stones. But the stone cutter saw diamonds. He knew what they were. And he knew he'd have to remove the stone. But he was able to actually see what they are. We look at ourselves, we look at each other, and we see bodies, we see stories, we see dramas, we see personalities. We see careers, we see roles, we see all of this. The Guru is the one who sees in us that diamond that we can't even see. And then the Guru is the one who actually removes the rock from it. Who doesn't just tell us, oh, that's a diamond, but who actually removes the rock so that we can live as diamonds. All of that which we want in life, joy, deep joy, real bliss, deep peace, all of that is inward. We know that. We know it doesn't come from outside. We know it's in. Just as the suffering is in. We may blame someone, oh my God, it's your fault, you made me angry. But we all really know that no one makes us angry. We all really know, and we're spiritual people, we know it's up to me, it's my inner world. We've spent enough time in the presence of the masters, listening to pravachan, listening to satsang, listening to katha. We know that all of it is within. And yet, most of us don't know how to access that within. It's in us, it is us, but there isn't a roadmap. You want to go anywhere in the world, you've got your Google Maps. Right there in your hand. Anywhere you want to go, there's an app. Even you want to go to outer space. Okay, Google Maps won't take you there, but you go to school, you study science, you join NASA. I mean, there's a path if you want to go to outer space. But going within, there isn't even a path that we're given. And that's what the Guru does. The Guru takes us inward, which is actually where it all exists. And that, of course, gives us the why. I mean, why do I need a Guru? Well, you don't, in theory. If your life and your happiness and you are really content with just, I get up and I go to work and I'm getting raises and I'm getting promotions and I'm doing better and I'm making money and I'm buying nice things and I'm surrounding myself with nice things and I'm dressing my children in nice things. And, we're not sitting up here as the spiritual police telling you what your life goals should be. That's up to you. If your life goal is simply, I should have enough money to buy nice things, you probably don't need a guru. If your life goal is just, I should, finally get the corner office in the building and be, the big man on the block, you probably don't need a guru. But if you've got a life goal that's deeper than that, if you've got a goal, whether it's a deeply spiritual goal of awakening, enlightenment, truth, or whether it's just a deep emotional, psychological goal of living in peace, living in real joy that doesn't go up and down every 5 minutes based on what's happening in society or the people around you. Well, we do need a guru then. Because we're not given the paths. We're given education and everything else. But we're not actually told how to live and who we are. That's what I saw in my life. I mean, when I went to India at 25, I thought I knew everything. I had a degree from Stanford. I was in the midst of a PhD. I was smart. I had the information. I knew it. But it was only outer stuff. I had no idea how to be happy, how to live in peace, who I was, how to overcome my suffering, how to get beyond just managing my life. I was living in stress, but everybody I knew lived in stress, so I thought, okay, that's normal. I was living in alternating states of depression and anxiety, but hey, so was everybody else I knew. I had no idea that there was actually a path to being free. Everybody I knew was living in a state of suffering. We were happy when things went well. We were upset when things didn't go well. Got an A on the exam, happy. People were nice to you, happy. Didn't do so well on an exam. People weren't nice to you, not happy. We thought that was normal. But that was what life was. I had no idea that there was actually a possibility of a joy, of a peace, of a meaning, of a fulfillment in life that could last. I had no idea there was a possibility of actually being free. Of all of that kept me stuck. The pain, the anger, the grudges, the story that I told myself. I had no idea. And that's the shift that the Guru gives us. Is it actually shows us who we are. This is what I've come to term the Hollywood way of thinking and the Himalayan way of thinking. So the Hollywood to Himalayas isn't just the actual plot of my life that physically went there, but it's actually this shift in the mind that the Guru gives us. The Hollywood way of thinking is the way that makes us suffer. And it doesn't matter where you live, by the way. The Hollywood way of thinking is not only in Hollywood, it's everywhere. And the Hollywood way of thinking says you are your body. Its size, its shape, its color, its bank account, its career, its success, its popularity, its relationships, its story. All of that which has happened to it, that is you. All of the drama, all of the thoughts, all of the emotions, that is you. And so we suffer. We suffer anger and greed and not enoughness and competition. And then there's the Himalayan way of thinking that says you have a body, but you're not the body. You are soul, you are spirit, you are consciousness, you are love, you are divinity. And that's what brings the suffering to an end. And that's what the Guru does, is takes us on that path that ends the suffering. Imagine you're sitting in a dark room, full of jewels, full of diamonds, full of gems, full of everything, but it's pitch black. And you have no idea they're there. And then suddenly someone turns on the light. You're sitting in that dark room thinking, oh my God, I'm so poor, oh my God, I'm this, oh my God, I'm that, oh my God, what about this, and oh my God, where's the food going to come from, and oh my God, oh my God. And then suddenly somebody turns on the light and you realize that you are literally in a room surrounded by diamonds and rubies and emeralds. And that's the experience of when the light gets turned on. And so the why really simply is, if you're suffering, if in your life you find yourself going up and down, you find yourself constantly sort of needing validation from others, people to be a certain way, you need things outside to be a certain way. We say paristhiti, I'm sorry to say. If you live based on the external world, rather than swastiti, rather than your own internal situation, then we're living in darkness. One of the root. How? Well, it's just all about faith. It's all about faith. You know, one of the big questions is, how do you know? How do you know it's the right guru? How do you know? And there's no equation, sadly. You can't say, well, if 4x plus 3y equals this, then it's the right guru. There's no equation. What I can tell you, though, again, from personal experience and from everybody I've seen, is number one, you'll feel it. You'll know it. You'll know it. It's like, how do you know you are sitting in the How do you describe that to somebody who's never been in the sun? You can't. And yet we feel it, we know it. How do you know you are in love? Nothing you can show, nothing you can demonstrate. Doesn't have an area, a weight, a volume, a size. But we know it. Right? So prove to me, that you love your mother. Well, you can't tangibly, but you know it. There's no equation you can give me, but you know it. So you will know it. The first piece of trust is trust yourself. You will feel it. The other piece, though, that I can say is a good way to know it's not the right guru is if they try to convince you they are the right guru. Every real enlightened master I have been blessed to be in the presence of is doing this for us, not for themselves. Those who seem to be doing it for themselves, meaning they need you, they're going to try to convince you that they are the best, the most enlightened, the only. I would run as fast as you could in the other direction. The light that the Guru shines, when we talk about the removal of darkness and the bringer of light, the light of the Guru is not the Guru with a spotlight on himself or herself. Another signal to run in the other direction. The light that the Guru shines is on us, so we can see the truth of who we are. So when you are in the presence of the Guru, you feel the light of you. That's a really good way to know it's the right Guru. And then, faith in the Guru. It's not always easy, especially for those of us from the West, where we're taught to be really skeptical, really cynical. But I think about, if you've ever been in a public pool situation, at a hotel, a condo, anywhere, you see little kids, toddlers, run up and down the side of the pool in their little floaties, and their mom or dad is in the pool, arms up going, come on, jump, jump, jump. And the kid is running up and down going, and the kid's scared. And the mom and dad say, jump, jump. Finally, the kid does. Obviously, the mom or dad catches them. And then something very beautiful happens. Then the kid goes, again. And then the kid wants to be put out and jump again. And it goes on and on and on until finally mom or dad says, okay, enough. That's the type of faith we need. Why does the child jump, finally, even though they're scared? Because they trust the arms they're jumping into. Because they know it's my mom, my dad, my sister, my brother. And so for us, once we've really chosen that Guru, we jump. Because if we don't jump, we are stuck on the sidelines of life forever. Yeah, you can live on the side of the pool. Kids can certainly grow up never having jumped in. But they miss out on a lot. Not just in the swimming pool, but in life in general. If we can't trust, if we can't take a metaphoric trust fall into the universe, we miss a lot. We miss most of life. So we leap into those beautiful arms of the Guru. Scared. Keep on your metaphoric floaties if you need them. Eventually you'll take them off. But we leave knowing that we're going to be caught. Because if we don't, then we actually miss the purpose of what we're here for. And of course, lastly, when? Yesterday. Meaning, if we're asking a question today, we're already late. But don't worry. Pujya Swamiji always says, whenever you wake up, it's morning. So the when, the moment you realize you're suffering, the moment you realize you're living in darkness. There's a great story, and I'll conclude with this, of a seeker who was on a meditation retreat and says to the master, I'm not experiencing God. I'm meditating, but my mind wanders, and I really want to experience God, but it's not happening. And the master takes him down to the river. Just get in the river. Brings him in the river. Holds the guy's head under the water. Keeps holding. Guy can't figure out what's going on. Finally, he gets really scared and thinks, oh my God, I'm going to be drowned. And he starts fighting and struggling, but the master's still holding his head under the water. Finally, eventually, literally, a second before the guy passes out, the master pulls him up out of the water. And the man is panting. You imagine you've just been almost drowned. And the master says, so what were you thinking about down in the water? The man's like, thinking about? I was dying. I needed a breath. I needed air. And the master said, did your mind wander? And the guy says, wander? Of course not. I was going to die. I needed air. And the master says, when you want God, like you wanted a breath of air, your mind will stop wandering. And so the when is when we get to a point in our life in which we realize, I'm going to die without this. Maybe not physically, but I'm dying while I'm still alive. I'm in my body, my heart's beating, my lungs are expanding, but I'm not actually living. I'm not actually living. I'm accruing and accumulating days in my life, but not life in my days. Because I'm living in ignorance. I'm living in darkness. I'm living in suffering. And so that becomes the when. Now. Yesterday. And for all of those of us who feel like, I'm not good enough. Not good enough. I'm not pure enough. I'm not spiritual enough. I'm not this enough. I won't be accepted. What I can tell you is that grace doesn't discriminate. And that's the grace of the Guru. Any Guru who tells you you're not good enough would be yet another good indication to run in the other direction. Because the Guru is not collecting CDs or resumes. The Guru is seeing the heart. And grace doesn't discriminate. It's not about what time you got up today. It's not about what you ate or didn't eat. It's not about how much japa you did or didn't do. It's not about did you cheat on your taxes or not. It's not about what school did your kids get into or not. It's not about the anger or the lust or the greed or the ignorance and the thoughts in your mind or not. It's just about your willingness to lead. And that's the call that every one of us has, the opportunity every one of us has. Think about it as you move through your lives. Are we going to be the kids on the outside of the pool going, like holding on to that stubbornness? Or are we going to leave into those waiting arms of grace. And any day, any minute of any day is the right time, but why not now? It's Guru Purnima, it's that sacred time with the Guru. And with that, it's a beautiful blessing to ask our Pujya Swamiji to bless us with his wisdom, his inspiration, his blessings, his darshan, and his grace.
ये वाला ठीक था महाराज जी, ये वाला यूज करें.
Take it to the side.
Sidewalk.
Because this one you have to do it other way around.
Can you give this one?
Maybe that one, yeah.
This one. Just give it to him like this way.
Okay, I got it.
Really sidewalk.
Mm-hmm.
Akhandamandalakaram. Is there button is there? Akhandamandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Akhandamandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Gurudevo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Mukam karoti vacharam pangum langhayate girim yakripa tamaham vande Paramanandamadhavam Yakripa tamaham Respected Sadhviji Bhagatiji, revered priests, Matri Shakti Radio, my sisters and brothers. First of all, it's so wonderful to see the progress, the spiritual progress of the temple. From outside, from inside, everything is changed and changing. Preparing for the great day. I remember the first day also. When I came here, the ceremony took place, all the murtis from India were brought from all the way from the land of Bharat to this beautiful land. And today, I can see together you have taken this great journey of devotion and dedication. It shows your commitment to your divine culture, to your divine motherland has given to you, to your ancestors, and you have preserved for yourself and for your children and for children to come. When I came here, had the darshan of the Lord, and our chairman of the temple, Sri Purna Bhaskara Ravi, Purna Bhaskar V, and our Chandrikaji Srinivasan, and the revered priest and the trustees together on behalf of all of you gave me the beautiful invitation for the Kumbhabhishekam. And I'm very happy to receive it. And we'll discuss, share then how this, my travel will, with the divine will bring me here. We'll discuss about that. But again, after experience of every year, not on the day of Guru Purnima, but one day, week after the Guru Purnima, it's the Guru Purnima Celebration week. I am here, and Sadhviji just shared very divinely, very beautifully about the grace of the Master, the grace of the Guru, and why Guru. She has shared so beautifully. When I look back even in my own life, I was very young, as I shared so many times. Very young means less than 8 years old, and got the blessing, the touch, the transformation from the Divine Master. And today, all what I have is all because of the divine grace. When I say that, it means that grace, as Sadhviji took her all the way to India, from Hollywood to Hollywoods of India, and she could have the touch, and now have the transformation and transforming others all over the world. Same degree, same universities, same Hollywood stories, but she could create a new story, an inspiring story. That is the grace of the Master, of the Divine. Yesterday, in the morning, I went for the walk, and when I was coming back, one beautiful couple came out. They saw me maybe walking, going in front of their door, and they kept waiting. After 1 hour I came back, they were just waiting, having with bhav, with devotion, 2 bananas, organic bananas in their hands. And very quietly, I was in silence because every day from 10 p.m. to 10 a.m. I'm in silence. They were very quietly, with devotion, was waiting. And the moment I came closer, they came to me, did pranam, and gave me those 2 beautiful bananas. I took them, it immediately took me back, that how they were waiting for that moment, that in this Guru Purnima Celebration week, that they could offer something from their own hands, a bhiksha. Because we used to take bhiksha when I was very young. It came to my mind immediately that those days, when I was in the jungle, going door to door, asking for alms, sometimes for 3 days there were no alms. 3 houses you have to ask for the bhiksha. If they give you, great. If they don't give you, just okay, whatever the divine will, and you move on for the next day. Because once a day you have to go to the village far away, walking receive is a grace, not receive also is a grace. That was a training. No complaint, no grumbling. And it reminded me, immediately two incidents took me back to my childhood, and second, that reminded me that how he was waiting, and then immediately from my mouth I started chanting, मेरी झोपड़ी के भाग आज खुल जाएंगे, राम आएंगे. It came to me immediately. I go, wow, Shabri must be waiting like that. Just Guru said it, that one day Ram आएंगे. What a faith! This is grace of the Guru. Guru knew that. She has no degree, and when she left home, she was very desperate, and she had a very bad experiences, very hurt, very broken, very shattered, but she ends up in the jungle, in some hut, in front of some guru. With no degree, she had big hesitation. I am not pretty, I have no degree, I am not educated, I have no money, not able to take 2 bananas to my guru, nothing. Because the culture, whenever you go, you don't go empty-handed. You take something to offer. So she was very hesitant. What to offer? She closed her eyes because she was very poor. She said, Master, oh my Guru, I offered myself to you with complete devotion. ना कुछ हंस के सीखा है, ना कुछ रो के सीखा है, जो कुछ थोड़ा सा सीखा है, किसी के हो के सीखा है. ये समर्पण, ये श्रद्धा, ये विश्वास. Just offering herself to the Guru कि मेरे पास जो भी है वो आपका है, मेरा कुछ भी नहीं है, मैं पढ़ी लिखी भी नहीं हूँ, और शक्ल से ही उसको लगता था मैं गांव की हूँ. ये जितने भी हेजिटेशंस है ना, जितने भी बैरियर्स वी क्रिएट, sometimes, believe me, God does not have those barriers. Whether you are poor or rich, whether you are young or old, whether you are educated or not educated, कुछ भी तो नहीं चाहिए. Just dedication and complete surrender. And same happened in her life. With devotion, completely she surrendered herself. And Guru said, God bless you. And 8 days, he could see the purity of devotion of her heart. One day, Ram आएंगे, तेरे लिए आएंगे. She was having this belief and started cleaning all streets of that village, of that jungle. One day Ram will come. She was thinking, आज आएंगे, अभी आएंगे. He will come now, he will come today. Any moment he can come. Every day, one small leaf falls on the street, she will go take the broom and clean it. That when Ram comes, he can see that all streets are cleaned. She was not only cleaning the streets, but her hearts also are being cleaned. साधना हम बाहर नहीं करते हैं, सेवा हम बाहर नहीं करते हैं. Sometimes when whatever seva we do for the temple, for community, for our people, it's not only that you are doing that seva just to few, you are doing that seva to the divine. Your heart also being served, your heart also being clean with this seva. अंतःकरण की शुद्धि के लिए ही सेवा होती है. फिर ये मिट जाता है कि मैं डॉक्टर हूँ, मैं इंजीनियर हूँ, मैं ये हूँ, मैं वो हूँ. when we came and the priest said, and our Purna Ravi said, Purna Veer said that is all this temples, Kumbhabhishekam is being taken care of by Chandrika. He said, oh no, these priests are doing it, I am just humble sevak. Ye bhav, I am just humble sevak. That God has chosen me to do this seva. This humility, when you are in seva, always think, become like a Shabri. Always think, is God has blessed me to do this seva. We are so lucky, we are so fortunate. People have seen temple in India. Temple were built thousands of years ago. 9 centuries, 8 centuries, 6 centuries, 4 centuries. And people would go to temple and have darshan. But you are very blessed that you have built this temple by the grace of the divine. अपना घोंसला तो पक्षी भी बना लेते हैं, लेकिन भगवान का घर बनाना ये आपका भाग्य है, ये प्रभु की कृपा है। और जब शबरी गाती है, वो केवल राम आएंगे नहीं, बल्कि सच मानिए उसके दिल में वो टेम्पल बना रही है। टेम्पल इज रेडी नाउ, but we also have to get ready to make our life temple, and that happens only through devotion and complete dedication. As Shabri did it, मेरी झोपड़ी के भाग आज खुल जाएंगे, राम आएंगे। मेरी झोपड़ी के भाग आज खुल जाएंगे, राम आएंगे। मेरी झोपड़ी के भाग आज खुल जाएंगे, राम आएंगे। मेरी झोपड़ी के Ram गीत गाते गाते दिया जलाऊंगी, दिवाली मनाऊंगी। सच तो यह है कि दिया जल गया। जिस दिन उसने भाव प्रकट किया उसी दिन दिया जल गया। और यही गुरु पूर्णिमा है कि मेरे हृदय में प्रभु की कृपा से भीतर दिया जले। जब भीतर दिया जलता है, when the light is lit inside of you, when the light is on inside of you with the grace of the Master, फिर सारा ignorance, Sadhviji was talking about the darkness of ignorance, the darkness of arrogance, the darkness of grudges, the anger, the jealousies, petty complaints, so much anxiety, so much is going on. All the darkness is removed and light is on. the light of love, light of peace, light of harmony. That's what we are missing in our life. That's what happens when the grace of the Master is received. Otherwise, we keep living in the darkness. And that darkness is the main reason of our pain and our misery. Life is too short. Life is great, but time is too short. In that short trip of our life, we have to choose how to live. Whether we want to live in love, in harmony, in peace, or we want to live in darkness. The Guru Purnima Day is a reminder of that light which we need, which we keep looking for our whole life. If it can happen in Sadhviji's life, going all the way to the Himalayas, it can happen to you living here, right in America. It's not you have to go to the Himalayas. It's great to come to the Himalayas time to time. But you have to create your own Himalaya right here. And I have seen being in the Himalayas is not in living in the Himalayas, in the peace is always there. But wherever is peace, there is a Himalayas. Being home, you can live like Himalayas. हिमालय केवल जगह का नाम नहीं है, हिमालय एक शांति का नाम है. वो शांति मैं जहां भी हूं वहां पैदा की जा सकती है. मेरा सरेंडर, मेरा जीवन, मेरा मेडिटेशन, मेरी भक्ति, मेरा डिवोशन यहीं पर उस शांति को प्राप्त कर सकता है. नहीं तो जीवन ऐसे ही चला जाता है. शबरी ने यह महसूस किया कि जंगल में रहते हुए पैसों से नहीं, चीजों से नहीं, मोस्टली वी थिंक इफ वी हैव मनी, इफ वी हैव possessions, if we have big palaces, only peace can be attained there. Happiness can be attained there. And there are people who have everything, but still after having everything, they are not happy. But there are people living in the jungle, they had nothing, but they were happy. They were set. So we have to meditate being here in such a way that we can achieve, we can attain our peace right here. Second, as I was saying, life is too short. And in this life, time trip is also too short. Trip is shorter. कब ट्रिप पूरी हो जाए कोई पता नहीं है. We have seen in the COVID time. After this COVID, wherever we are going, we are seeing the change is there. But the change came during the COVID is slowly disappearing. People are forgetting again. We don't need more COVIDs just to keep giving us reminder all the time. But we should learn the lesson from the COVID and then start living again. Being with the family, being together, being with the less. Kitna tha? Whole shopping centers were not open all the time. Bazaars were shut, things were down, everything were down. With very minimum, we were living our life. It means we can. We were living in the camp, in the retreat, we were talking about that. Only few things. All this kalkal is for extra. This extra, this extra, this extra. This extra brings unhappiness in our life. And when can be the last day? Nobody knows. So if the trip is too short, whatever has been given to us, Stay happy there. And COVID really brought so much to our life, if we can take the lesson. I was remembering 111 years, exactly 111 years ago. This Titanic. 111 years ago, in 1912, ship left from England, Hampshire, journey to America. And look what happened. And I remember that story why I want to remind you. One family met me in England. They were sharing with me. They were connected to the person who shared that story then. There was a Scottish guy, Scottish farmer. He was also booked 5 children, husband, wife, 7 tickets per boat. And he was so excited because the whole earning of his life he put into to buy those tickets. He said, who knows, first time or last time, where this Titanic will go again. Let us go. Let us have a fun. Let us experience. We will be the first one to experience. Bought the tickets. But it happened 1 week before the ship is ready to go. Their own pet dog it happens out of the 5 children, 1 child was bitten by the dog. And has a very great big wound, was taken to the hospital. And he was so upset. Just 1 week before, this time was the one, it was going to happen. He started cursing at the dog. He started cursing, even sometimes, it happens. Dog was okay, he was cursing, but he went from dog to God. And he said, this was the time, my whole earnings is gone, tickets are not refundable. Now I cannot go, money will not come back. And this happens in our own life also. And he was so upset. He was fighting with wife also. You should have held the dog. We do the same thing in our family also. We blame others. You did not do this, you have not done this. If you could have done this way, this could have happened. He kept blaming everything, very upset. Because whole earning was gone, trip cannot taken place, and no experience. And this child is also wounded, is in the hospital. Then his wife said, look, don't feel bad. I'll stay home. As everybody does it. In the families, they have to compromise. They do compromise. That's why you should respect the Shaktis. They always compromise. मैं इसलिए कह रहा हूँ भारतीयों को खासकर सच्ची कह रहा हूँ अपनी शक्ति का सम्मान करो आपको बता दूं ऐसी शक्तियाँ मिलेगी नहीं सच्ची I was only 8 when I look at my mother. I saw my mother, how she prepared me, how she took care of me. I never forget how the mothers are. We should be always grateful to the mothers. क्योंकि पहली गुरु तो मदर ही होती है, गुरु तो बाद में आते हैं. नहीं, गुरु पूर्णिमा पे गुरु ही पूर्ण माँ है, लेकिन वो भी माँ गुरु है जिसने हमको तैयार किया. Who has given us birth, brought to this path, taken to the Guru. So be grateful to the mothers also. So she said, okay, I'll stay home, I'll take care of the baby, you just take the children, do this trip, enjoy. Don't be upset. He said, no, this is not right. I will stay with the baby. We always say, whatever God will is there, sense came to him. Whatever the God's will, okay, I will accept it. But I will go to see of everyone. And he took the children, he went there, and when the ship left, and he was in tears. Even we say, yes, it's all divine design, it's all divine grace, everything happens because of the divine will. We take it, hota wahi hai, jo manzoor hai khuda hota hai. Lekin in back of our mind, the story goes on. And everybody has their own story. Nahi? Har ghar ki story hai. And he was in tears, ship left. Wishing them well, and he came back. He comes back in just 5 days. It was 10th of April, then became 15th of April. The news came that ship was sunk. His wife told him, believe in God, whatever happens for some reason. There is a divine design. He says, you believe in God all the time, but my money is gone. He went on and on. He said, honey, just believe in God. Don't be upset. There must be some reason. God will give us this money back. And kept her calm and kept him also calm. But then he comes back after listening to this news, and first of all he goes to the dog and starts kissing the dog and hugging the dog. It's all because of you. We are saying, it's all because of you. Then he thanked first dog, then he went to God also. He says, oh God, thank you because of this dog, and you God, we all are saved. Dog to God and God to dog. It happens in our life also. We become doggy. Really, I'm telling you. And we start blaming dogs or whoever. Dog is just an excuse. It came in the story. But we start blaming so much. The Guru Purnima, light means what? That you can see it clearly, that whatever is there is all because of the divine. If there is some reason things are happening, we may not understand. We can't see everything. But whatever, whenever it happens, always, first thing should come, this is light. Light is not lighting the lamp. This is light. This is my point, that this light should be on. Whenever anything happens, just go to the light. Close your eyes, stay calm, and say, okay God, whatever I am going through, I will go through. This is a test. That's what Kunti, in the whole Mahabharata story, I love this story. When Kunti said to Lord Krishna, Vipada Santu Me Shashvat. Vipada Santu Me Shashvat. Oh Krishna, oh Lord, I need only one thing. When time came, God said, now Krishna said, it's time to go for myself also. I am ready to go. Ask anything you want to ask. Anything you need. She said, only one thing I need. Vipadaha Santu Me Shashvat. Krishna, give me one blessing. That in my life, there's a hard times. There are trials and turbulences. He said, are you crazy? What are you asking this? He says, Krishna, I have seen, whenever I had a hard time in my life, when I had troubles, I saw, realized, experienced that you were very close to me. And whenever I had so much, you were far, far away. I had forgotten you also. And this happens in our own life. Living with comfort is no problem. Live with comforts, God bless you. But living with comforts, we have to remember all this, whatever we have, is all because of the divine. And whatever in our life, and teach your children also not to lose faith. Sometimes people say, this is the time, you know what, I have lost faith in God also. People say that. Why? Because we are the one doing the best. We are the one doing all good deeds. We are the one, every time my parents, myself, even my grandparents never did anything wrong. Then why to us? Why we became the victim of it? Sometimes we don't understand. What is the next plan? Because our vision is very tunnel vision. The bringing the light of the Master, bringing the light of the grace means that we, in every situation, stay happy. Before I left, we had a beautiful, beautiful camp for all those Divyang. Divyang means especially people who needs help.
Handicap.
Huh?
Handicap.
I don't want to call them handicaps,
I know,
but
but at least then
Divyang,
you understand.
and it's children with special need or people with special need. Became disabled because of many ways. So we keep holding these camps. I was very touched by one guy. He was from Rajasthan. We gave him tricycle. Everyone took the tricycle and many other slaves gave it to them, whoever needed one, whatever. And one guy just stayed there. And I asked him, anything else you need? I thought maybe something else he needed. He said, just blessing. Now, because of this tricycle, I was handicapped, I could not go anywhere. I have no hands, I have no legs. Today I got everything. This tricycle means now I can do more seva. I said, seva? How you will do seva? I was so amazed. He said, earlier I could not earn anything. I have to just depend on bhiksha. Anybody gives anything, I'm just lying down, sitting someplace. Can you move? Now I will earn. I will not ask for alms. No begging, no bhiksha. I will just, now I have a rickshaw, no bhiksha, and you gave me diksha, and this is my shiksha. And he went on and on. I said, wow, you are a very learned person. And he said, now I will earn and help others. I will earn, and I will bring tricycles. I will bring more help from those children or more people like me. And I'm so blessed, he said. Before Guru Purnima, I got this, a beautiful gift. This is a gift from the Gurus. And I will always remember, this has brought so much light in my life. Small, small touches. People who have nothing. Just imagine if you provide little bit for them and how they feel. And that's what the scriptures have said. From Ved Vyas to Shankaracharya and all the parampara. Narayana Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Parampara. This is a beautiful shlok. Beautiful shlok. In one shlok, in 4 lines, even in 2 lines, whole parampara is covered. And the salutation to the whole parampara, from Vyas to Shankaracharya, till all the Gurus, all the Acharyas, what they have given. So much we have given in our culture. 18 Puranas, Mahabharata, Bhagavad, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana, Valmiki Ramayana, Tulsi Ramayana, Kammal, so many Ramayans. We only know 1 or 2 because these are the prevalent in the community. But so many Ramayans. If you go to Indonesia, you will be amazed. Indonesia is the only country. You will be amazed to see that it is a Muslim country. But the culture they have kept because they are all converted from Hindus. They all have kept their culture. As many Ramlilas we see there, nowhere else on this earth. It's so beautiful to see. So many Ramayans are there. But what is the message of that? One a very simple farmer was passing by, went for yatra in Badrinath. And Vyasji, sitting in Badrinath in his own gufa, is called Vyas Gufa. In Badrinath, when you go, there is a Mana village. Near the Mana village is a Saraswati river. On the Saraswati river is a beautiful gufa. It's called Vyas Gufa. There all the scriptures were written by our sages, a great Guru. The Guru Purnima is considered to obey our pranams, our salutations, our offerings to the divine ones, from his parampara to all the Gurus. And after writing 18 Puranas and all the scriptures, one villager went to Badrinath and just was passing by the gufa. And he saw Maharishi sitting outside, meditating, waited for his meditation, and when he opened his eyes, very humbly he asked, "Can I ask you one question? I don't know Sanskrit, I am not educated. In a simple language, simple way, can you in 2 lines tell me the essence of the Dharma?" Very divinely, answer was given. He says, "Ashtadash Puraneshu Vyasasya Vachanadvayam." Ashtadash Puraneshu Vyasasya Vachanadvayam Paropakara Punyaya Papaya Parapidanam. In such a simple way, he said, in the 18th chapter in all the scriptures, the essence of all those 18 Puranas is very simple. Paropakara Punyaya. There are 2 vachanas only in 2 lines. Paropakara Punyaya and Papaya Parapidanam. Paropakara. But what is Paropakara? What is good to do others? And if Paropakara is Punya, then what is that Punya? And what is that Pap? Punyaya and Papaya Parapidanam. He says very simply that harming others, hurting others is sin,
No.
is Pap. And helping others, healing others, serving others, and living for others is Punya. What a simple way the message was given. And this is the light has been given from the scriptures. Too much importance is not given. The priest was here on puja. The whole day you keep doing puja. How much time you can do in the morning? Just purifying yourself with meditation. And then you go on for your work. Because work also is worship. If it's dedicated to the divine. If the only is done with that feeling that whatever I am doing is worship. Whatever seva you are doing, whatever seva you people are doing, all is for the Lord. So last but not the least, in a very simple way, remembering this mantra from the scriptures, from the Vyas, Mahaguru, to the Shankaracharyas, passing on and on and on to us, is that help others, heal others, serve others, because life is not only to have more. Life, God bless you, you have more. But while you have more, to share, to help, to heal, and to give others. Giving is true living, and living is true giving. सबको बांटते रहो, देते रहो, यही जीवन है. अभी कुछ पंक्तियां मैंने लिखी थी. काम करते रहो, नाम जपते रहो, काम करते रहो, नाम जपते रहो, सेवा करते नफरत से बचो, प्रेम सबको करो, बांटते ही रहो साथ क्या जाएगा। नफरत से बचो, प्रेम सबसे करो, बांटते ही रहो साथ क्या जाएगा। काम करते रहो, नाम जपते रहो, नाम जपते रहो, काम करते रहो, बांटते ही रहो साथ क्या जाएगा। सेवा करते रहो, सेवा करते रहो, प्रेम करते रहो, नाम जपते रहो, सेवा ये छोटी छोटी चीजें हैं। इतना ही याद रखना है कि बस भगवान ने जो दिया है, whatever the duty we have been given as a mother, as a father, as a whatever the relationship we have, as a husband, as a wife, सब करते करते पर ये ध्यान रखना है पहली बार कि भगवान जो करते हैं वो अच्छा करते हैं। कभी भगवान किसी का बुरा नहीं करते। कोई भी माँ बाप अपने बच्चों के लिए कभी बुरा नहीं करेगा। कोई भी माँ बाप, नो मैटर वट एवर हैपन्स, कुपुत्रो जायेत क्वचिदपि कुमाता न भवति। Never it happens that parents would harm their children. Whenever they want, they wish always good for the children. The children should respect the parents and take care of the children. ये बात करते हुए जितना भी भगवान ने दिया है, बस मस्ती में भगवान का नाम लेते हुए, उस पर फेथ रखते हुए, अपने परिवारों में संस्कार बांटते हुए, साथ साथ ध्यान करते हुए। अब तो वैसे भी बड़ी सारे बाहर चले गए हैं। अब दोनों मिलकर अपने घर में जब जब बच्चे आए उनके साथ मिलकर ध्यान करें, साथ बैठकर भोजन करें। ये बहुत बड़ा असर जीवन में लाता है। बस ये लाइट जलती रहे, यही गुरु पूर्णिमा है। लाइट केवल ट्यूब लाइट नहीं है कि जलेगी और बंद हो जाएगी। ये गुणों की लाइट, ये संस्कारों की लाइट जलती रहे। बस इसी भाव के साथ आइए गुरु पूर्णिमा पर्व को मनाते हुए, उस पूरी परंपरा को प्रणाम करते हुए, माँ गंगा को प्रणाम करते हुए आइए आज की वेला को विराम देते हुए सबने ये जितना भी सजाया है, इसमें मेहनत होती है। किसी ने पकाया, किसी ने खाया। पकाने वालों का भी भला, खाने वालों का भी भला, सजाने वालों का भी भला और आने वालों का भी भला। आज के आनंद कीजिए, क्योंकि आप हैं तो कीर्तन हुआ, आप हैं तो ढोल बजे, आप हैं तो सत्संग हुआ। इससे भगवान करे आपके जीवन में भी खूब बाजे बजते रहें, आप मुस्कुराते रहो, गुनगुनाते रहो। बस यही दिया प्रेम का, प्यार का सबके जीवन में जलता रहे। इसी भावना के साथ ओम शांति शांति शांति।
My humble pranams. My humble pranams to Pujya Swamiji and Sadhviji. The part of your discourse that really resonated with me is make Himalayas here. And I know a lot of us here would love to visit your ashram in Rishikesh. And until that such time, we will have to strive to make Himalayas here. And I will be one of those doing that. When we all came in here, I'm sure our minds were a little cluttered, our hearts were a little heavy. But listening to the words of wisdom, said in such simple language, I'm sure we are all going home with pearls in our heart, making it lighter and brighter, and our minds a little less cluttered. So thank you for that. We are going to be working very hard to get this sacred space ready for our Mahabhagavashekam. And from the deepest of our hearts, we hope that whatever it is that the two of you discuss and plan, that you will make this visit and bless this space, continuing the tradition and the history of your presence during our milestone celebrations. Last but not the least, I want to extend my humble pranams and appreciation to the various families that made it possible for having the Swamiji and Bhagavaji here today to grace us on the Guru Purnima week, and also to the dinner team who made prasad able. Our stomachs were full, so our mind was clear and ready to receive the words of wisdom. So thanks to everybody. If you would like to get darshan, please line up along the red carpet.
I know it's late and I should not go on, but I would like to just lastly say that when Swamiji and Sadhviji says about the devotion, Guru Seva, all that, I would like to mention Dr. Krupali Patel, who has come from Maine, Utah, and she's a full-fledged doctor, but she offers this seva. So many of her Swamiji and Sadhviji's devotees are not in presence, and they would always like to see this program online. So she's doing the live stream, taking pictures, and distributing to others who can watch other places. So please let's give her a round of applause. She was also in London, England, when we had a Guru Purnima program, and this is her seva. In spite of her busy schedule, she takes time and come and do the seva. She called me, she told me, Auntie, I'm coming, I will do the live stream. Do you have anybody? And I said, no, we are hiring somebody. She says, please don't spend money. She's spending money for the tickets, and she's offering it seva. So when I ready and food,
It just reminded me, I'm very glad to share that how the parents give sanskaras to their children. Krupali is an example for that. Being born in East Africa and coming all the way to America for study, did her MD, and what she did went all the way to serve in the remote areas of India and then to Arizona for staying 6 months where there was no grocery store also available, living with mosquitoes in those areas, and dedication. I just took her out, worked 13 hours a day for 21 days continuously, just take a few days off, came all the way here. Why? To listen to the satsang. At the same time, that with her talent, because she knows how to live stream and that people all over the world can see and have the experience and listen to the program. And not only here, they went all the way for 3 days to London. There also we had a retreat and the program went all the way, then straight flew from there to here. These are the sanskaras. Then you are not counting your money, you are counting the precious moments, that spending time in this divine presence. That's what is very important. When you give sanskaras to children, then the moment they are done with their education, got their degrees, serving in the hospitals or medical arenas, but heart is in the right place. The heart is for the seva. ये सब परिवारों में आना चाहिए. मुझे बड़ी प्रसन्नता है कि ये उसने आके यहाँ पर or tomorrow, the satsang is over, tomorrow she is leaving, again for the seva. And she was telling me, and continuously 6 weeks I will work day and night, and then I will find another place to come, and that at least I can spend time for satsang. So I'm not saying that everybody should do this way, but these are the values, these are the sanskaras we should bring in our children's life, that they stay connected to our culture, to our seva, to serving the humanity without any barriers of caste, creed and color, region and religions. And that's make a person special. God bless you, Krupali, and let us give a big round of applause.
So, if you would like to get darshan, kindly line up on the red carpet, and once you are done, we're not going to go up the steps because it's going to be a chance, so we'll just